we are back and we are making more cocktails based on VTubers. All 4 in 1, baby. Let's go. Why do people drink this? It's for Shiori. Oh, look at that. I've got an idea. Enjoy a little Biboo in your life. I might be feeling it more than I think I do. Don't talk to me unless you've had Culvers. We've gotten way off track. What the hell happened to me? Bow, bow! This is a really bad idea. Hello! That's right, we are back and we are making more cocktails based on VTubers because a lot of you seem to like the last video, and I like drinking, so I will take the excuse to do more. I will say, I saw a couple times this misconception about the last video that you could see me getting drunker as it went on. I filmed that over several days. I thought I made that pretty obvious. This one, however, yeah, that's right, all 4 in 1, baby, let's go. This is a really bad idea. Hey, here's a quick note. Please remember to drink responsibly, drink lots of water. I know how it looks, but I promise I am doing this responsibly. And thus, this video will be going in descending order of complexity, because that last one's probably gonna be a mess. So who's next, you might be wondering? I thought that would have been obvious from the title and the thumbnail. It's Advent. If you didn't get that, I'm a little concerned for you. I know how it looks with the sun, but it is past 5 o'clock, so I am legally allowed to film this video now. And it's also Valentine's Day, and there is nothing I'd rather be doing today than talking about anime girls alone in my kitchen. Let's get to the drinking part quickly, shall we? There's like a squirrel? Oh, there's a squirrel back there. All right, let's do this. All right, first up. Fucking off to an awesome start. So first up is Shiori Novella. Not actually because it's the most complicated, but because it's an espresso martini. And I don't want to be up all night after this. I dropped one of these in Target while I was trying to buy it and had to awkwardly go tell the staff that there was a spill in the grocery department. That was embarrassing. And then I had to go buy another bottle. Okay, hold on. I don't get why people drink this shit. This smells like the inside of like a leather boot, but like a new leather boot. Like you're at the shoe store and you picked up a leather boot and like you got the whiff. That's what this smells like. Why do people drink this? As you can probably tell, I don't like coffee, but I actually do rather like this drink. Weirdly enough, the idea behind this one was Shiori is an archiver and likes to read a lot, and when I think of people reading, I think of people drinking coffee. You like to stay up all night and read a good book. That was the idea. Also, to kind of match the goth girl black aesthetic, we got black coffee. We're gonna try and make it actually pretty bitter, like coffee should be. Still smells like a boot. Hold on. You people drink this? It simultaneously tastes like nothing and like just overwhelmingly bitter. It's like the bitterness is just wrapped in this void of emptiness. Like it's not even watery, it's just nothing. Why do people drink coffee? God, I promise this drink is good. I just hate coffee. So famously, the espresso martini was invented to wake you up and fuck you up. So to start off the Shiori Novella, you're going to do 1 ounce of vodka. Make sure to always spill, you know, 1/3 of an ounce on your table, or else you are not making it right. Or at least you're not making it the SteveSekai way. We need 1 ounce of a coffee liqueur. Now this, hold on. I like that so much more than I like the actual coffee. That is creamy. It's almost chocolatey. I mean, I know they're kind of similar, and we're gonna be putting chocolate in this. Spoilers. If coffee tasted like this, I still wouldn't drink it, but if someone handed it to me, I wouldn't be, you know, upset with them like I usually am. It tastes the way a coffee shop smells. Specifically, we're using Mr. Black coffee liqueur because not only is it actually just really tasty, I already said I want the aesthetic to be dark and black and bitter because that's what a good goth girl is. But still a little sweet. And it's bittersweet. This one I don't want to pour on my counter. Ha 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 ha! And Next part of an espresso martini is obviously the espresso. If you have an espresso machine, it will become frothier and probably taste better than my store-bought black Starbucks espresso. I went for black because, like I said, I want it to be black and very bitter. That was the idea, is it needs to be bitter. As much as I hate bitter things, that's what coffee is. This is actually pretty good for this drink. You can easily just get this Starbucks one. You'll be fine. It tastes good. If you get the one with like milk and sugar, it'll become a lot frothier the way an espresso martini is supposed to be. If you use actual proper espresso, it'll probably be even better than that. But I'm not buying an entire espresso machine for this one video when my air fryer is still sitting there. It's a reminder of why you should never trust technology. I have no other way to stall this part. 1 ounce of espresso. And finally, to make ours a little different, we're using some Godiva dark chocolate liqueur. You can get chocolate liqueur. I've made it with chocolate liqueur. It's pretty good. But dark chocolate, if you can find it, is obviously going to be a little more bitter. You get the point, I think, at this point. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's fucking good. I actually got this bottle from my uncle, who told me he took it from my grandfather's collection after he passed away. So shout out to you, Biboo. I love you and I miss you every day. All right, 1 ounce of dark chocolate liqueur. You can do a normal chocolate liqueur, it's fine. Just try and find, an actual dark one so it helps with the color of the drink. But the dark chocolate makes it more bitter, and that's what we want. If we stopped here, I like the drink a good bit. This last step makes me like it a little bit less because it makes it a good bit more bitter. It's still good, don't get me wrong. I'm doing it because I think you should. We're gonna throw in a couple dashes of these Aztec Chocolate Bitters. It smells, hold on. That tastes exactly like the cola flavored, what are those things called? The Pop Caps. Nope, wait, that's no, Pop Cap made Peggle. You know what I'm talking about. Those soda candies. This tastes like the Coca-Cola one. Or is it the root beer one? I don't know, it's been a long time. Now comes the part where, if you remember in the last video, I said that sometimes it likes to leak. I figured out what that is. The answer is apparently if I don't put ice in it, it doesn't get cold enough to seal properly, and that's why it leaks sometimes. So I'm gonna wrap this in paper towels and you're just gonna have to ignore it. Woo! Give me a shake! Oh god, see what I mean? We just gotta keep going. Power through. If you want it frothier, you gotta shake it longer. It's for Shiori. I will spill coffee everywhere if it's for her. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love the way this looks. Like I said, if you get the one with the cream and the sugar, or you make it with real espresso, that froth at the top will last way longer than it did for me. But this is the flavor profile I want, so I'll live with it. Typically, if you had the froth, you would also put like 3 little beans on it. Clearly, I can't do that. Holy shit, though. Look at this pattern. Hold on. Look at that. Oh, that's fucking sick. All right, never mind. That's awesome. I am now happy with this drink. I mean, I was happy before, but you get the point. And there you have the Shiori Novella. If coffee tasted like this, I would love to drink it. I would be so happy with this. Also, if coffee got me drunk, I'd drink it way more. It is creamy. The coffee liqueur and the dark chocolate are just giving it this smoothness that helps it feel so good to drink. It coats your mouth in that way that sucking on a piece of chocolate does. And I love that feeling. I love chocolate. Remember earlier when I tried the espresso and I was talking about that void of nothingness that was around the bitterness? The rest of the liquors take that away. And what it really is afterwards is just, it's that bitter coffee taste without that really unpleasant feeling that I was having. Coffee and chocolate are kind of neighbors in terms of flavor. And so the bitterness of both is really just kind of speaking to one another. And you're tasting both in this sense of, not that you're tasting one and then the other, but both are happening at once in harmony. I'm starting to sound insane, I feel like, but this really is what that tastes like. It is, hold on. It's a dark chocolate covered espresso bean. It's really delightful. This is really, really tasty. And I hate coffee. You watched me hate coffee. And that is still, I mean, I've made this several times in testing, and now I still like it. Is it something I would go back to all the time? No, but that's just me. If you like coffee, then yeah, no, this is absolutely correct for you. But if someone served me this, I would drink it and I would be fine. I would be happy with it. Would I order it off the menu? No. Would I drink it and like it? I am literally doing so right now. So, does it fit Shiori's aesthetic? I think so. It is dark, it is black coffee. It is that hint of bittersweet from the dark chocolate and the Aztec bitters. It is smooth and creamy in texture, but without the, creamy, milky flavor. It just feels that way. It feels like you are enjoying a nice piece of dark chocolate that happens to taste like coffee. So this one's to you, Shiori. God bless goth girls. That's a stupid bit. I should probably cut that. All right, that's one martini down and one to go. Oh, spoilers. The next one's also a martini of sorts. Oops. All right, I'm wired and starting to get buzzed. So let's get to the next one. Also, I kind of just fucked around a bit too much and said nothing in that last segment. So as an incentive, I'm gonna order food on Uber Eats right now. Don't worry, it's because I'm not driving. That's the responsible thing to do. So we're gonna hail her on this and we're gonna try and finish this segment before the food gets here. Okay, food is ordered, let's go. The next drink is called the Bijou. That's not a joke, there's actually just already a drink called the Bijou. I'm gonna prove it to you, hold on. Stole this from my sister. That's a drink called the Bijou right there. A normal Bijou requires gin, sweet vermouth, and chartreuse. Right now, chartreuse is actually kind of hard to get your hands on and also expensive. So I had a different idea. Now the reason it's called a Bijou is because of the gem-like colors of the ingredients. So you've got diamond for gin, ruby with your sweet vermouth, and the chartreuse is supposed to be an emerald, but I figured as long as I keep the idea alive with the gem thing, it'd be fine. So, fittingly for Koseki Bijou, we've got amethyst. Amethyst is the purple one, right? Probably should have looked that up before filming this. It's too late now. So we've got our amethyst in the form of this butterfly pea blossom. There's a more famous brand of this called Empress 1908. This one was right next to it and $20 cheaper. I mean, it tastes good. Tastes like a nice citrusy gin. As far as I'm concerned, this works just the same. What was I doing? I was mixing a drink. That's what I was doing. I need to remember how to make it. And so with this replacement, we're going from the Bijou to the Koseki Bijou or the Biboo. So why did I say it like that? Now you're supposed to stir it in a mixing glass. I don't have one, but I still want you to see the colors because that's like part of the appeal of the drink. That's the three gems. So I thought it'd be a funny callback to bring back the Huel cup. Much like our espresso martini, this one's pretty simple. 1 ounce of the Hendrick gin because it is herbal and not as citrusy as a lot of others are. 1 ounce of your butterfly pea blossom gin. Oh, look at that. That's a nice color. And 1 ounce of sweet vermouth and a dash of orange bitters. Now, that's all fine and good. That's gem-like. That's bijou-y. But where do we get the rocks, damn it? Where are the pebbles in this drink? Oh wait, speaking of rocks. Some rocks? That might be a bit too much ice. But that's just ice. That doesn't count as rocks, I hear you not saying. Well, don't worry. I've got an idea. And to really make it the Koseki part, we're gonna stir it with a rock candy. All right. That's actually really good. Get out our chilled coupe, strain that bad boy in. And for the garnish, we're just gonna put that rock candy right on top, or in it. And then you have your Koseki Bijou, your Biboo. Oh, I love that. I love the way that changes. So you've got, the initial start is the gin. It's that gin martini flavor. But then it comes in with this roundness from the sweet vermouth, that kind of red wine flavor just kind of encapsulates the gin. It's this beautiful change from one to the other. Oh, yeah, no, the orange bitters do come in very briefly, right in the middle, as it's walking from one to the next. Gin, citrus, red wine. It tastes like, I mean, honestly, kind of like you made a martini with sweet vermouth. Oh. Oh, it tastes like a rich martini candy. The red wine sweetness from the sweet vermouth is just making it feel like, well, like you took a piece of rock candy and melted it down with some gin. Typically, you're supposed to garnish it with a branded cherry, so that's what our cherry rock candy is doing. That is so pleasant. That is so interesting. If you like martinis, you should really try this. It's obviously not as dry, but that volume that the sweet vermouth is really giving it is making it so much more interesting. And the way that these two taste next to each other, with each other. Yeah, I can definitely, that's, the Hendrick's is the first thing you taste. It is that herbal gin flavor. Followed by that Victoria Indigo. It's this seamless step from one to the next as you take a sip. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is so good. I don't know what else to tell you. That's a gem of a drink. Enjoy a little Biboo in your life. Get a little pebbles going. Whoa! That was an incredible decision. That is an awesome flavor. That just lit up the cherry. And now that, like, I've especially got this in it, I am tasting the cherry that was in this. It's really subtle, but it's in there. Let me just make sure I'm not crazy. I got some leftover from when I was experimenting with a different idea. No, that's totally different. That is totally different. This is so much more flavorful. That's crazy. That has ignited so many flavors. Bow down to the rock. That is a precious gem. And just like Bijou, it's gonna ignite some emotions in you. All right, I think we accomplished our goal. All right, my camera's about to stop and I'm sure my food is gonna be here soon. So see you in the next segment. Hey, real quick, definitely not filming this after all the other ones where I'm definitely not very drunk and also made another drink just to hold during this segment. If you're liking this video, please like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, especially sharing it with people you know that like VTubers or cocktails or guys getting drunk on camera. And why not also consider becoming a member? I try very hard to make it worth your while with early videos, exclusive videos, VODs of all the streams, and cut down versions of some of those streams when I make exclusive cocktails on them. Including this right here called the SteveSekai, which I made on a stream the other night. So please consider that, but again, if you can't, just liking, commenting, subscribing, and especially sharing with everyone that you know and you love is very much appreciated. Please enjoy the rest of this video, where I am going to get, well, not drunker than I am right now, but drunker than I just was. Hey. It's time for the next drink. I might be feeling it more than I think I do. By the way, the Uber Eats bit got here about 5 minutes before I stopped recording, so that dude definitely heard what I was doing. And the picture was so blurry, he was clearly trying to run away so fast. Anyways, Nerissa Ravencroft. Okay, Nerissa is a wonderful three-dimensional, or I guess technically two-dimensional, human being with a full rich life and personality. But if you know me, you know exactly where this bit is going. Oh my gosh, she's Midwestern! Like I'm not gonna make a drink based on the one thing we have in common. Don't talk to me unless you've had Culver's. That's right, we had to look up drinks made in the Midwest and I found one that is really good. I don't play favorites, but I have made this drink so many times. I bought this bottle for this drink, and this is how much I've had. This drink is called the Horse Feather. I believe it was made in Kansas City, Missouri, and unless he's lying, oddly, I learned this from How to Drink, but it had nothing to do with the drink. He just mentioned that horse feathers was a term for horse shit used in cabaret shows before they were allowed to cuss, because it was in Missouri, back when they were all Christian and shit. So that's actually where the name of the drink comes from, I'm pretty sure. I might be making this up. Either way, it's really good. It is kind of basically just a Kentucky Mule with one or two things changed. So first of all, we're gonna throw some ice into our mug. The main thing that makes it different from a Kentucky Mule is we are going to add 4 dashes of your Angostura old-fashioned aromatic bitters, whatever you want to call it. Now the original recipe calls for rye whiskey. We're going to be using bourbon. We're going to be using Angel's Envy. This is my personal favorite, I would say, in terms of like medium range, just bourbon. This is the thing that I have had the most of. There's 5 empty bottles sitting right here. When I want to drink just neat bourbon, this is usually what I go for. This is what got me into bourbon. And I think it's pretty fitting for the theming. Her voice is the envy of the angels. What can we say? It's got the wings on the back, like her raven wings, and is also why I like to also call this drink the angel's feather instead of the horse feather. Angel's envy, if you want to put this on your website and call it that, because I know that's what all liquor companies do, they'll just put normal recipes on their website and then just replace one of the words with their brand's name. So Angel's envy, if you want to list the angel feather, go ahead. Go ahead, man. I don't own this. If you want to credit me, that'd be even cooler. I like your product. Angel's Envy, please sponsor me. Or just send me a bottle of the rye. I really want your rye whiskey, but I'm too broke. We're gonna do 2 ounces of our Angel's Envy. Another little sip for me. Man, I love that. Next up is your ginger beer. This is what makes a drink spicy. This gives it this fun, tingling kick. I love it. Ginger beer, I'm growing on it real fast. We're gonna measure it out specifically for this one because I'm trying to teach you how to make it. It's approximately 4 ounces. If you can eyeball that, it's about 1/3 of a can, I think. Yeah, this is 12 ounces. I usually do, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna measure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the next part is kind of up to you, because the recipes I found said you could do either lime or lemon. I usually do a lime. That's how I've made it the numerous different times that I've done this. But for the sake of the video, I'm gonna try it with both, because I haven't done this yet. If you just do lime, then it is a lot closer to a Kentucky Mule. So we're gonna try it with the lemon too, because again, like I've said, I have not done that. Now, if you're using lime juice or lemon juice in a bottle, you're not gonna wanna do that much. A little bit goes a long way, because we're just taking this wedge, and we're just gonna squeeze it in, and then drop it in. And then we're gonna try the lemon. Let's see how this goes. We're gonna stir. And that right there is your Nerissa Ravencroft, AKA an angel's feather. Man, fuck. Oh, that is the envy of the divine right there. Oh, they wish they could. That is so good. I love this drink so much. Shockingly, I don't taste the lemon that much. It's made it milder. I've noticed that. When I don't do the lemon, when I just do the lime, the ginger beer, I'm getting a lot more of the spice on it. It's kicking in my mouth a lot more. That has been toned down a lot. And so I think that's the lemon. I mean, it is, whoa. Oh, what it really does is it kind of puts everything interesting about bitters on display. Oh, how do I describe this? So at some point my camera stopped recording and I don't know what it missed. I've been blabbering to myself for like 15 minutes and I don't know how much of it caught. I love this drink, is the moral of this story. I love this drink. It is the angel's envy. It is absolutely demonic. It is like a siren song. It is really dangerous. You really are not tasting that bourbon. You're tasting that port wine roundness from the angel's envy finish. And you're getting the kick from the ginger beer that is accentuated by the lime. And in my opinion, I think maybe even mellowed by the lemon. This doesn't burn as much as it has in the past. And it really all just kind of works together in accentuating the bitters. The bitters are Christmassy, they're allspice, they're cinnamon. When I handed this to some friends once, they even said that it reminded them of Fireball, which I think they're crazy. I've had a lot of Fireball in my life, and I had never once thought that. But you know what? We have the power to test it right this second. Let's find out. Whoa. Whoa. That's doing something so weird. I love Fireball. I really, really do. Everyone describes it as sickeningly sweet. But after having had a bunch of this, it was bitter. It was really bitter. That's a weird reaction. This now tastes totally different. What the fuck's going on? I was going to talk about this earlier. A very simple and easy, I guess technically it is a cocktail, A very simple, easy thing to do that tastes very good. If you aren't old enough to drink or don't drink, buy yourself a can of lemon lime soda, some Sprite, something, put in a few dashes of Angostura Bitters, and it's just really tasty. That's a very easy thing to just drink. If you put bitters just in soda water, it's supposedly good for your stomach, but it just also tastes good. But this in lemon lime, I really like. And suddenly that's what this tastes like after the fireball. The fireball has like taken out all the burn from the ginger beer. That's so weird. That's so weird. We've gotten way off track. Wow. I guess the moral of the story is, I love Nerissa Ravencroft. This drink is so good. I drink it a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just totally baffled at what has happened to me. There is no way. No! No! That's weird. Oh my God. All right, Midwestern Queen, Nerissa Ravencroft. That is the angel's feather, or the demon's feather, the siren's feather, whatever you want to call it. I'm too busy being baffled at what I've just accomplished. What the fuck? It's a really dangerous drink because it's got a full pour of bourbon in it, but like I said, you barely taste the Angel's Envy in this, which isn't a good thing or a bad thing, in my opinion. I really like the taste of Angel's Envy. I can tell it's adding something. It's just, this isn't what the focus is. It's just way more the bitters and the burn from that ginger beer. When you don't do the lemon, the lime is a lot more present, which I enjoy. I think I would, at this point, cycle off between the two ways of making it. Doing it with just lime, doing it with lime and lemon. I don't know what it tastes like with just lemon, but this is good. That is so weird. Except it tastes totally different to me now because of this. What the hell happened to me? I was not ready for this tonight. And I still gotta get through one more. All right, I'll see you in a second when it's time for our last drink. I hope you're ready, because I'm certainly not. Bow, bow! That's right, it's... That's right! Fuck, that went entirely the wrong direction. It's FuwaMoco time! So, we're making an old-fashioned. It makes sense when you see how we make it. Also, I just really like old-fashions. There's probably gonna be one of these in every video. If we ever make a recipe book, there's just gonna have to be a whole section of old-fashions. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Typically, you make an old-fashioned with bourbon and bitters and simple syrup, but the classic and original way to make an old-fashioned is actually, you put a sugar cube at the bottom, and you crush it, and it's a splash of water. I forgot the water, hold on. And then your bourbon and your ice and your bitters like normal. So I thought of this idea, because I was like, okay, FuwaMoco, well, immediately, cotton candy. I mean, look at that. They're cotton candy colors. That's FuwaMoco, right there. That's them. And so I was like, okay, well, cotton candy is just kind of like straight sugar, and it's just flavored sugar. And I was like, oh yeah, you just make an old-fashioned with the sugar, except the sugar is cotton candy. That's pretty much the whole idea, but it is very tasty. And we're gonna make it sweet and fruity, and we'll get there. But first, we're gonna basically just like fill a bunch of our glass here with cotton candy. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Isn't that gonna be way too sweet? Isn't that way too much sugar? And then you remember that cotton candy is mostly just kind of air. This entire tub is only 28 grams of sugar. In a cup of sugar that you would use to make simple syrup, there's like 190 something grams of sugar. So this is like 1/14 a cup of sugar. So it would take like half of this tub to equal around the amount of sugar in the simple syrup that you would make an old-fashioned with. Most of the sweetness is gonna come from the flavors, not the actual sugar. I'm gonna put in a little more, why not? Next step. Old Forester. Old Forester is a bourbon that is shockingly tropical in its flavor. It tastes a lot, honestly, kind of like banana, but like that classic tropical banana, not like a plain ass banana. What we would call today banana flavoring, even though that is what bananas used to taste like. I don't know if you know that everything that is banana flavored, the reason it tastes different than the bananas you buy in the store is because that's what bananas used to taste like, and then they all got wiped out except for the one kind of, I think it's Chiquita banana, that is what all living bananas are these days. That's what this tastes like, is that original kind of banana flavor. And then we're gonna do the old-fashioned thing. 2 ounces of this into the cotton candy. Okay, so as you probably saw there, I spilled a significant portion of that, and that definitely wasn't my second try after pouring more than that on the first one. So we're just gonna roll with that and pour a little extra to represent what we definitely might have spilled all over the counter. You're gonna need just a splash of water, not a ton there. Honestly, that might have even been too much, but whatever. I could use the water at this point. Finally, we're gonna do 1, 2 dashes of orange, and 1, 2 dashes of cherry bitters. And then we need ice. And look, I bought an ice tray for the right kind of ice cube for our old fashions. Look, oh, that one broke. Okay, let's get a different one. They made a cool sound, but also splashed everywhere again. Finally, what the fuck am I saying? Finally, we're gonna garnish with an orange peel, as you do because it's an old fashioned. And there you have our FuwaMoco. Bow, bow. Oh, I love that drink. I love it so much. It's an old-fashioned, undeniably. It tastes like an old-fashioned, but it's so sweet in this delectably fruity way that is very different than the sweetness of a normal old-fashioned. As much as it tastes like one, the orange and the cherry and blue raspberry cotton candy are bringing this fruit cocktail flavor to it that is so pleasant to me. But the Old Forester, honestly, is doing it too. Not only is it giving it that bourbon feel that we need, but the bananas in it, it's just creating this feeling of eating a pack of fruit snacks. There's just so many flavors in there that are just rapidly hitting you one after the other, but are playing together in this wonderful way that, it is orange, it is cherry, it is blue raspberry, it is banana, it is bourbon, it is smoky. It's cotton candy. I mean, it's just like superheated sugar. So without even smoking the drink, you're getting this smoky flavor from it that is accentuating everything and keeping it from feeling sickeningly sweet, like you would expect from the idea of a cotton candy old fashioned. There's so little sugar actually present because that cotton candy is so airy. It's not that it's cotton candy flavored syrup where there would be a lot more sugar. It's actually just the cotton candy, and as much as we put in that's about as much as you would put in an old fashioned, if not even less. And so all the sweetness is coming from the flavors, the cherry, the orange, the banana, the cotton candy, blue raspberry and cherry. It makes for this sweet tasting but still smooth feeling bourbony old fashioned. And even without the Angostura, you still feel that sensation that they give from these other bitters without having to wrestle with like that cinnamon and Christmassy flavoring that the Angostura gives. This is one you could serve to someone who doesn't like bourbon at all, and I bet they would still love this. Sorry, my battery died and my SD card was running out of room. That is such a fascinating taste. It is still a showcase of everything that makes an old-fashioned special to me. And the reason I love an old-fashioned, while still being so different in its showcase, it just cycles one for the next. What is the order? It is cherry, then cotton candy smoke, then cotton candy, then orange, then banana. To my wonderful guard dogs, I have nothing to say but bow, bow. You make for a damn fine old-fashioned. FuwaMoco, you've gone and stolen my heart again. Oh, that is such a wonderful drink. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you continue to enjoy whatever the hell else I'm doing in the future. At this point, God only knows. Probably more drinking, let's be honest. This has been a very, very fun series to make, and I'm very happy that you all seem to be enjoying it. Please let me know who else you might want to see, or what else you want to see me do related to mixing drinks, or VTubers, or what have you. Once again, SteveSekai has basically moved to YouTube right here where I am testing these cocktails, making exclusive cocktails. If you can't see it live, The VODs go up for members. There's edited videos of the exclusive cocktails that go up for members, as well as the other exclusive videos and early access and all that. I'm trying very hard to make memberships actually worth it. And if you can't right now, that's fine. Liking, commenting, subscribing, but especially sharing, those are all very, very helpful and very, very, very much appreciated. I want to keep making these, so I want to see that you all want me to keep making them. If that makes sense. And if you're new to the channel, I don't know how to finish videos.